Hello everyone. All 8 playoff series are now underway. We're going to look at the game recaps from our past couple of days that saw a nail-biter in Los Angeles come away with the Kings on top. The first 2 overtime games happen as the Stars knock the series, the Caps take the series lead, and the Leafs are up 2. We'll get to all the updates from our past couple of days and how it affected the current playoff matchups coming up right now. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here at the End-to-End Hockey Channel. Now before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe below. Thank you for all of your support. I would never be able to do this without all of you guys, so if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe down below. It really does help the channel. And we're on the road to 500 subscribers. Don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section below so seeing all that was discussed in today's video. So in today's video, we have 8 game recaps to talk about. There were 4 games that happened over on Monday and 4 games that happened over on Tuesday. The rest of these series started to get underway, so we'll get to all the game recaps from the past couple of days. So first, we saw the Washington Capitals, who won the Eastern Conference, start out their series with the Montreal Canadiens. As the Capitals would blow a 2-goal lead, they were up 2-0 at the beginning of the third period, but gave up 2 third-period goals that would send it into overtime. And in overtime, thanks to this goal here from Alex Ovechkin, or Alcascara Sportsnet, it was Ovechkin's first career playoff game winner in overtime, and it would lead the Capitals to a 3-2 overtime victory as they take the 1-0 series lead. So a really good win there from Washington after blowing a 2-goal lead. For the Capitals, Ovechkin, who had 2 goals, including the OT winner, his first ever in the playoffs, and an assist, and Strome, who had 3 assists, both had 3-point nights, and Bouvier had a goal and an assist for the Capitals in the win, while Lane Hudson had 2 assists, and Caulfield and Suzuki were 2 goal scorers for the Habs in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but Caps come away on top. Then we saw the Winnipeg Jets score a tie-breaking goal in the third period, in the first 2 minutes of the third, and held on to take down the St. Louis Blues 2-1, as the Jets win both games on home ice and now have a 2-0 series lead, dropping the Blues to go back home down in a 2-game hole. So that's not great stuff there for St. Louis. For the Jets, Shafley had a goal and an assist. Connor also scored, and Hellebuyck stopped 21-22 shots he faced in the win for the Jets. Those 3 continue to keep the Jets chugging along, while the Blues, Snuggerud, who scored his first career playoff goal, was the lone goal scorer for the Blues in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, but the Jets take the 2-0 series lead. Then we saw Dallas Stars take down the Colorado Avalanche in a nail-biter because they were down 1-0 in this series. They could not afford another loss. They tied the game up in the middle of the third period to send it into overtime. And in overtime, Colin Blackwell, of all people, was able to put home the OT winner with about, I think it was like 3 or 2 minutes left in the first overtime, as the Stars take down the Avalanche 4-3 in overtime and earn the series split heading back to Colorado. So really good stuff there from Dallas. For the Stars, Steele had 2 assists, and Sagan, Harley, Dadonov, and Blackwell, who scored the OT winner, were the 4 goal scorers for Stars in the win, while O'Connor, who had a goal and an assist, and McKinnon and Drury both also scored for the Avalanche in the overtime loss. It was an intriguing game there, but it was the Stars who come away with an overtime victory. Then we saw the LA Kings go to a 4-goal lead. They were up 4-0 at one point. They would blow the 4-goal lead as the Oilers would come back to tie the game at 5. But just 30 seconds after that game got tied at 5, with the dying seconds of the third period, this goal here from Philippe Deneau, Real Sportsnet, would put the Kings up with about 41 seconds left in the game, and they would hold on and win an absolute thriller to finish out the Monday portion of the games, 6-5 over the Edmonton Oilers. As the Kings finally take a 1-0 series lead over the Edmonton Oilers, and they now lead it heading into Game 2, while the Oilers trail in the series. It's been a while since the Oilers have trailed in the series against Los Angeles Kings. For the Kings, Kempe had a goal and 2 assists, and Kuzmenko, who had a goal, his first career playoff goal, and 2 assists, both had 3-point nights. Deneau scored twice. Byfield and Fiala both had a goal and an assist for the Kings in the win, while McDavid had a 4-point night with a goal and 3 assists. Bouchard had 3 assists. Drosel and Perry both had a goal and an assist, and Janmark and Hyman both also scored for the Oilers in the loss. This was a very high-event, high-scoring game, but it was the LA Kings who come away with the victory and take the 1-0 series lead. Those are all games we saw over on Monday, going over to the 4 we saw over on Tuesday. First, we saw the Carolina Hurricanes score 3 unanswered goals, and after giving up the opening goal, came from behind to take down the New Jersey Devils 3-1, as they take a commanding 2-0 series lead, winning both games in Raleigh, and now heading to New Jersey for Game 3. Well, for the Devils, they now enter their home ice down 2 games. So bad stuff there for New Jersey. For the Canes, Martina had goal and an assist. Jarvis and Gossler both also scored, and Anderson stopped 25 or 26 shots he faced in the win for the Devils, while Bratt was the one goal scorer for Devils in the loss. Devils were without 2 of their key defensemen. That team's just hurting right now due to injuries, and the Canes are taking full advantage of it. Then we saw Toronto Maple Leafs go to another early 2-goal lead, but this time they would blow it, as Ottawa would score 2 third-period goals to even out the game and force overtime. But in overtime, just a couple of minutes into overtime, thanks to this goal here from Max Domi, Sportsnet, the Leafs, for the first time in over 20 years, have taken a 2-0 series lead as they take down Ottawa 3-2 in overtime and take that 2-0 series lead heading to Ottawa. So bad stuff there from Ottawa. This was a lot closer than game 1, but they don't get the win in overtime. For the Maple Leafs, Tavares had goal and an assist, and Domi, who had the O2 winner, and Riley both also scored for Leafs in the win. Well, Brady Tkachuk scored his first career playoff goal, and Adam Gaudette, who scored his first career playoff goal, were 2 goal scorers for Senators in the loss. It was an intriguing game there, a lot closer than game 1, but at least do head to Ottawa with a 2-0 series lead. Then we saw Florida Panthers break a tie, I think it was late in the first period, scored 4 straight goals, and obliterated the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first game of their first round series, 6-2 in Tampa without Aaron Ekblad, as the Panthers take the 1-0 series lead heading into game 2. So that was a scary performance there for the Panthers. They look like they're back from last year. For Florida, Tkachuk had a 3-point night, 2 goals and an assist. Schmidt scored twice. Bennett and Reinhart both had a goal and an assist, and Barkov had 2 assists for Panthers in the win, while pointing against the 2 goal scorers for Bolts in the loss. So, my goodness, the Bolts looked awful in their first game, and the Panthers capitalized on it. Vasilevsky laying in 6 goals on 16 shots, which is absolutely atrocious. And then we saw the Minnesota Wild absolutely stun the Vegas Golden Knights as they would jump out to a 4-0 lead within the first 5 minutes of the second period, including this goal here from Matt Zuccarello, which at the time made it 3-0. They would go to a 4-0 lead. Knights would score a late second period goal, early third period goal to make it 4-2, make it a little bit interesting, but the Wild would put away with an empty netter and went away with a 5-2 victory. So interesting note there, but the Wild were all over Vegas as they have evened up the series at 1 apiece heading back to Minnesota. So that's really great news there for the Wild. Well, for Vegas, they failed to take that 2-0 series lead. So now great stuff there for the Pacific winning Golden Knights. For the Wild, Kaprizov had a 3-point night, 2 goals and an assist. Boldy had a goal and an assist, and Foligno and Zuccarello both also scored for a while in the win. Boldy and Kaprizov are leading that offense to victory right now. While for the Knights, Hanifin and Hurdle are 2 goal scorers for the Knights in the loss. So it was an intriguing game there, but the Wild built up a huge lead. They were never going to blow it, and they took down the Vegas Golden Knights. So definitely lots of intriguing games from the past couple of days. Lots of interesting movement in the series. So we'll go over the series to see how they rank right now, and then go over to see what the next few days of game action are going to hold. So at this current point in time, the Winnipeg Jets hold a 2-0 series lead on the St. Louis Blues. The Stars and Avalanche series is 1 apiece. The Wild Knights series is 1 apiece. And the Kings hold a 1-0 series lead over the Edmonton Oilers. In the Eastern Conference, the Caps hold a 1-0 series lead over the Montreal Canadiens. The Canes hold a 2-0 series lead over the New Jersey Devils. The Leafs hold a 2-0 series lead over the Ottawa Senators. And the Panthers hold a 1-0 series lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we have 3 1-0 series, we have 3 2-0 series, and we have 2 series that are locked up at 1 apiece at this point in time. So interesting note there. Going over to the next few days of game action. So tomorrow there are 3 games of NHL action as the Caps will be looking for the 2-0 series lead against the Montreal Canadiens. The Stars and Avalanche play to see who will go up 2-1 in that series, and the Kings will be looking to win both games on home ice and take a 2-0 series lead over Edmonton. And then over on Thursday there are 4 games of NHL action as the Panthers will look to go up 2-0 in their series over Tampa. The Leafs will look to put the Ottawa Senators on the brink of elimination with the win to go up 3-0 in their series. The Wild Knights both look to see who gets the upper hand and takes a 2-1 series lead, and the Jets will be looking to put the St. Louis Blues on the brink of elimination with a victory over St. Louis in the first game in St. Louis. So definitely, those are all the game updates from our past couple of days. Lots of intriguing game action. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Are you surprised that the Kings beat the Edmonton Oilers in game 1? Are you surprised that Dallas came away with a victory over Colorado to split the series? Are you surprised Minnesota beat Vegas? And are you surprised that Toronto came away with the overtime victory over the Ottawa Senators. Definitely your thoughts on all of that down in the comment section below. That's all I'm going to talk for today. Remember to like this video. If you'd like to, remember to subscribe below. Thank you for all of your support. I would never do without you guys. So if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe button down below and don't forget to comment down in the comment section below so all discuss in today's video. I also do a blog to make news, rumors, analysis, stuff like that. So check that out. There's a link to that down in the description below. Can't wait to see you guys all for next video. See you guys soon.